Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Welcome to Our Region's Business with your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, our region's booming hospitality business. We'll find out why there's a surge in visitors visiting Pittsburgh. Plus, Andy Warhol got a lot more than 15 minutes of fame. Try 20 years in his hometown. You got a free chance to find out what all the Warhol fuss is about. But first, it's a time of transition for a well-known restaurant chain here in our region. The company's founder, Hartley King of King's Restaurants, is looking for an exit strategy. And Chris Whalen is president of KCS Management, the holding company that operates King's. And welcome. Good to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we've had Hartley King was I had him on the show a long time ago, and it's hard to believe he's sort of at that stage of life where he's thinking about turning over the reins to somebody else.
He's done a lot.
Yeah, no, he really has. So where does that put King's right now? Very successful business for a long time. How long has the chain been around?
Since 1967.
67. Okay,
yes.
Wow, so almost 50 years.
So it's a very successful business. Obviously, there's a lot of restaurants that come and go, and King's is had the staying power. So all we're doing at King's right now is really you have to evolve. And especially in the restaurant business right now. Evolution is part of our nature. At this point in time, you have to keep doing this. The restaurants that aren't evolving aren't going to be around.
Sure.
And we're going through something in society that is changing, the flavor profiles. There's a lot of things that are going on, especially in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a prime area right now for this change. And you see all these different restaurants in the different areas that are the hot areas.
Well, it's interesting because I remember when I had Hartley on the show and I asked him, well, how'd you start this business? And I think he said, well, I like a certain kind of food and I like a lot of it, and I wanted a restaurant that would serve it to me the way I want it. But that's great if you're Hartley King, I guess, but you've got to adapt, as you say, to a really changing profile of customers and appetites and attitudes these days.
Yes, and we're kind of doing it in a smart way. We're not really changing some of the core menu items at all. I mean, the menu items that have been doing well for all the years are still there. We're just adding a few things here and there. We've gone last year. We decided, we need to make things a little bit healthier. We're having a turkey club, but it was the same turkey club on the same bread since 1967. And so we took it, we changed it, we added a little more turkey to it, and we've got some nice multi-grain bread, and we're absolutely selling 3 times as many.
So seriously, you basically added a little extra turkey, it just changed the type of bread, and
yes.
it made it a whole new market for a turkey club.
And I will say it's probably one of the best turkey clubs around.
Wow, okay.
We are selling a lot of them.
So it's not necessarily throwing everything else and serving people wheat germ and kale and stuff like that.
It's an evolution, not a revolution. Huh. So we are really making some changes. We changed the meatloaf around, made it thicker. We're selling twice as much meatloaf. We glaze it now, so it's a little bit different. We came up with this, or found this product, this little pretzel rolls that are absolutely phenomenal. So we started having those, and we introduced them by giving them to you when you came in for a meal.
Oh, wow.
Then we took them and we started, making pretzels out of them as an appetizer. Okay. And it took over the #1 spot as the appetizer. So then we're like, we got a good product here. And so we started making sliders. And
with the pretzel, using the pretzel roll.
Okay, and the sliders are one of our more popular sandwiches, believe it or not.
Now, do you think our region, and King's is what's your footprint? I mean, how big a geography?
We have 32 restaurants, basically Western Pennsylvania.
Western Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Is our region less risk averse, or do you find that you're being driven by your customers even here in southwestern Pennsylvania?
Traditionally, I think there's a less.
We like it the way we've always had it because that's the way it's always been, right?
But it's changing fast in Pittsburgh.
Really?
It really is. I mean, I spend a lot of time watching some of the food shows and what's going on with that, and you just see the things that are going on the South Side and Market Square and everything else, the different innovations that are happening. Not all of them are great, but a lot of them are, and they're getting innovative. Mm-hmm. It's exciting.
Increasingly a foodie sort of a town. I know you're also using technology where you can in a way that I'm sure he didn't even have at his disposal 50 years ago.
Exactly. We have a lot of the KDS systems out there right now, and where you're cooking to a computer screen, and it times the food differently. So a liver and onions may take 13 minutes, and a over easy egg is literally 2 minutes. Well, in a rush situation, they may go down on the grill at the same time.
Okay.
Now you don't even see the eggs for probably, I think it's 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. So you're matching the food
So
up.
the computer actually helps
Absolutely.
you match the timing. So
Yes.
being a short order cook or whatever, now you've got a whole technology
Yes.
system helping you time
and it
everything.
quiets down the kitchen. And,
Okay.
And,
you
each
get
station has their own thing that they work
everything
to.
times out right. After 50 years, you must have one heck of a database and a fan base. Are you able to tap them in any way?
Well, we have King's Rewards program, which is, that's all about our loyal customers, and we, have, you get points. It's similar to the Giant Eagle program, and you get points. You build them up every time you spend money. There's discounts on certain menu items. We try to keep that fresh. We'll be making some additions to the discounts next week, but all reasons to be a member. But we have over 350,000 active members. These are people that are using it.
Wow.
Okay, and we send out 90,000 emails a week. So the technology is there, we're using it, and 90,000 emails is a lot.
Wow, that's crazy. Now,
And
are
a
you-
great open rate, too.
That's really critical. What about the stores themselves? Are you freshening the look, changing
Yes.
the way they operate?
We have, actually, there's a couple stores right now that are getting painted, kind of excited. We're going to do at least 3 in the next month. And then the stores that we did last year are doing fantastic. The return on investment was very short.
Really? So you
yes,
don't necessarily
less
have to do a
than-
major overhaul. You just brighten them
No,
up,
we
freshen them
were
up.
we were spending a fortune on some of the restaurants and completely changing them and not getting that return. We're doing a much less, but new carpets and paint and all the aesthetics that you can see, and it's a much faster, much better, and people like it. Go figure.
You never know. That's
Yes.
great that you found a cost-effective solution. So what does Mr. King really want to see out of this? I mean, have somebody just buy it to get the locations? Does he want the name and the business to live on as King's? What kind of investor are you looking for?
Well, the one thing we don't want to do is lose Kings locally. I don't want to see another icon name leave the area. I'm Pittsburgh. I've lived here all my life. And, and Hartley feels the exact same way. I'd really like to leave it Kings and grow it. It's right now, the way we're doing all this, we're positioning it for growth. We are positioning it for that change, that we're going to be a little bit different than, we're a family restaurant. We'll always be a family restaurant, but we're positioning it where you're not just the hardcore small grilled cheese sandwiches, and everything.
What does it really
So-
mean to be a family restaurant as we move deeper into the 21st century?
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. So it's going to be a little bit fun in there, and but we are looking for a local investor, and try to get the business, around here, staying here.
That's great. Well, best of luck with all of it all the way around. Sounds like it's moving in a terrific direction. Chris Whalen from King's. Thank
It
you
is.
so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I appreciate it very much.
Next up, our region's booming hospitality business drives a hotel building boom. Stay with us.